Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe. Today we're creating this gorgeous ruffled tulle sleeve top, so let's begin. For this project I'll be using 1.5 meters of fabric and 3 meters of tulle. Begin by folding your fabric in half and half again. Use an existing top as your pattern. Place along the folded edge. Now cut around the top, leaving enough for seam allowance. Now use your top to reduce the length of the front pattern piece, just like so. Then extend the neckline by 3 inches and cut. You should now have your front and your back pattern pieces. Pin at the shoulders, right sides together. For the sleeves, fold your fabric in half and half again. Position the sleeve of the top on the folded edge, just like so. Now carefully trace the armhole curve onto the fabric. Measure and mark your desired sleeve length. Carefully cut around the armhole curve. Measure your wrist and make sure the measurement is wide enough to fit through the widest part of your hand. Mark this measurement onto your fabric and then join the armhole to the wrist measurement and cut. This will give you a more fitted sleeve. Trim the corners to mark the center. And here you have your 2 sleeve patterns. Next, cut a 1-inch strip to hem the neckline. I cut 2 strips here. I will later join the 2 together to give me one longer strip. Here I'm just pinning the 2 strips together so I can stitch them later. Now for the tulle detailing of the top, I'm using 3 meters of tulle and it measures 24 inches wide. Fold your tulle 3 times. Each strip should be about 8 inches wide. Now pin the folded strips right in the middle. Pin all the way to the end of the tulle. This is how your tulle strip should look. Now once you've done this, you need to cut down the sides of the tulle, both sides. This will create 3 individual layers of tulle, 8 inches wide and 3 meters long. You should now have 3 individual tulle strips. We now need to divide this strip in two. This will give us the tulle strips for the left and the right shoulder. Now carefully cut to divide the strips in two. Now back to the bodice, we need to add a couple of darts onto it. Measure 2 inches down from the armhole and mark. Pinch and pin from this point to create a dart. The dart should be approximately 5 inches long and 1 inch wide. Repeat for the other side. Now stitch the shoulders and the darts in place. Carefully stitch the darts in place. And this is how your top should now look. Now attach the sleeve onto the bodice, right sides together, and pin. Pin from the center outwards. Once you're done, this is how it should look, and then stitch the sleeve into position. Here's your complete sleeve, and repeat for the other side. Next, you need to hem the top. And this is how it should look once you're done. You then need to pin the top right sides together and stitch the sides in place. Your top is almost complete. To hem the neckline, I joined my strips together. You then need to place the strip right sides together on the neckline and pin. Once you're done, you need to stitch around the neckline. Then fold the strip twice in on itself and top stitch in position. This is how your neckline should now look. You need to also hem the sleeves. Now we need to create ruffles on the tulle strip. You need to add a gathering stitch in the center of the tulle strip and stitch. Once you're done, you need to pull one thread to create more tighter gathers. You should get something like this once you're done. We now need to attach this ruffle tulle onto the shoulders. pin the tool close to the shoulder seam line. Make sure the tool is symmetrical at the front and at the back. This process is quite tricky, so just take your time with it. Once you're happy and you've pinned the tool onto the top, this is how it should look. Now stitch the tool into position. You need to stitch along the tool stitch line. It helps to pull the top slightly at the back whilst you're stitching. During stitching, make sure all the fabric is clear from underneath. And this is how your top should look. You can separate the tool layers to add more volume. Repeat the same process for the other side and your top is complete. Here's the final look. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.